Do you know that this shoe company just broke all the fashion rules to create a unique identity? We're talking about the New Balance, which swam against the currents to become a multi-million-dollar shoe brand and even entered into a partnership with the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Here's their success story. It's no secret that Adidas and Nike have ruled the modern sneakers market for a number of years now. But New Balance has kept itself firmly in the game of making exceptional sneakers that are hailed for their comfort and quality. Among the biggest sportswear producer in the world, New Balance has been in business for more than a century, supplying some of the most accomplished athletes in the world with apparel and iconic sneakers along the way. New Balance is a well-known brand that continues to gain popularity over time. But how did it achieve on a worldwide scale? And why is a chicken printed inside the lid of certain New Balance shoe boxes? William J. Riley, an immigrant from Ireland who lived in Boston, Massachusetts, founded New Balance as a New Balance arch support company in 1906. Riley's initial invention is thought to have been inspired by seeing hens prance around his property. Riley created a flexible arch support with 3 support points because he was fascinated by how the chickens managed to stand so flawlessly on their 3-pronged feet. Arthur Hall, a salesman whom Riley employed in 1927, went on to become a partner in 1934 New Balance arch support company. Hall concentrated his business on selling arch support to workers whose occupations required them to stand for extended periods, as New Balance had not yet produced a sneaker. You can see that in 1956, Hall sold New Balance arch support company to his daughter, Eleanor, and her husband, Paul Kidd. By 1960, budding athletes were using New Balance arch support extensively. Some even went so far as to approach the company and request customized sneakers. Eleanor and Paul Kidd were motivated by this to create the Trackster, the original New Balance sneaker. The world's first running shoes featuring a ripple sole for grip was Trackster, which was first produced at home and released in 1961. New Balance also provides this innovative footwear to fit all athletes, and a range of widths. Schools and universities throughout Massachusetts quickly began using Tracksters as a cross-country and track shoes. Despite the success of the Trackster, New Balance has not yet made inroads into the mainstream sneaker industry. 6 employees manage a little business that made, packaged, and shipped New Balance shoes to customers who placed mail orders. Although sales were modest, Jim Davis, the company's current chairman, bought New Balance on the day of the Boston Marathon in 1972 and helped it grow to become one of the biggest sneakers company in the world. Jim grabbed New Balance just in time. New Balance was right in the midst of running boom that swept the country in the 1970s, which had turned the Boston area into its epicenter. Many Americans dismissed this as a passing phase, but running as a hobby kept becoming more and more popular until the late 1980s, which gave New Balance the opportunity to issue an increasing number of runners every year. Jim Davis kept the brand's long-standing dedication to meeting customers' needs by keeping New Balance sneakers available in a range of widths. Instead of naming their sneakers after their founder, New Balance began using distinct model numbers. The number indicated the kind of shoes, the activity of which it was made, and whether or not it was made for speed or stability. The first New Balance sneaker with the now famous N emblem was the 320, which was introduced in 1976. Sales of the 320, an iconic running shoes composed of suede and nylon, skyrocketed after Runner's World magazine named it the best running shoes available. The 320's popularity was New Balance's big break internationally. By the 1980s, New Balance's line of internationally recognized product had expanded to include walking shoes and apparel like Gore-Tex running jackets. 1988 saw the launching of 574, arguably New Balance's most well-known sneaker. The 574 was first created as a technical running shoes with exceptional comfort and stability, but it quickly gained popularity outside of the running track. In A Tribe Called Quest, Bugging Out, the late Phife Dawg can be quoted rapping, "You wanna diss this viper, but you still don't know the half. I sport New Balance sneakers to avoid the narrow path." New Balance kept its power as a sportswear industry and popular culture by releasing a number of popular sneaker releases. The now famous New Balance 911 sneaker was introduced in 2001, and for several years, the late Steve Jobs was seen wearing them on public occasions. New Balance is now a global company with its headquarters located in Boston, Massachusetts. Jim Davis is still the company's CEO. New Balance today produces a wide range of shoes and clothing, including items specifically designed for sports like basketball, football, cricket, and cycling. Professional skateboarders Jamie Thomas formed Black Box Distribution, which distributes the New Balance numeric line of skateboarding shoes that New Balance introduced. And do you know what is their greatest success? New Balance has been able to connect with younger customers and break into the lifestyle industry thanks to the number line. And guys, many renowned fashion companies such as Norse Projects, Stussy, United Arrows, Junya Watanabe Eye, and Beams Plus have partnered with New Balance. High fashion segments are amongst the markets where New Balance sneakers are widely available for both men's and women's wear. In a recent commercial campaign, New Balance adopted the term dad shoe, which is frequently used to characterize their more practical models, worn by dads in Ohio and supermodels in London, the advertisement said. But New Balance is not without controversy, even with its huge fan base. The Obama administration turned a deaf ear to us, and frankly, with President-elect Trump, we feel things are going to move into the right direction, said Matt Lebreton, Vice President of Public Affairs at New Balance, landing the company in hot water just days after the 2016 US presidential election. Customers destroyed and threw away their NB sneakers in response to alleged pro-Trump remark. New Balance's stance was viewed as out of place and at odds with the majority of fashion firms that publicly backed Hillary Clinton throughout the election in a period of intense political unrest. However, New Balance was quick to point out that the comments were made in relation to the Trans-Pacific Partnership, an Obama-era initiative that the massive sneaker company has publicly opposed because it would negatively impact US manufacturing. New Balance continued to buttress its position by pointing out that it had publicly backed the trade policies of left-swing candidate Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, who had both publicly opposed the Trans-Pacific Partnerships, TPP. Most recently, they changed their tune from the declaration made after the 2016 election and joined a small group of other fashion businesses in protesting Trump's trade tariffs. What makes this dance shoe brand stand out? New Balance sneakers are hallmarks of high-quality materials and robust building techniques. In addition to producing a line of sneakers made in America and England, New Balance also outsources its manufacturing to countries like China and Vietnam. A variety of widths are still available for many New Balance sneakers, particularly the brand's more sophisticated athlete styles. One of the main selling points of New Balance shoes is their arch support. Some New Balance shoes boxes features a chicken as a tribute to William J. O'Reilly, the company's founder, who developed the company's initial arch support by studying chicken feet. The wide toe space helped with better weight distribution. So what is New Balance's impact on fashion? Names like Timothy Chalamet, Hailey Bieber, and Jack Harlow have been spotted wearing New Balance sneakers, suggesting a shift in perspective from just athletic footwear to a fashion-forward option. New Balance has continued to uphold this dedication to utility while resisting the ephemeral fashion fads. Partnerships with well-known companies like the 2021 remark of their best-selling sneaker, the New Balance 550, in association with fashion label Amy Leon Dore, signaled the sea change. In addition to improving the shoe's visual appeal, the partnership increases trade value by a factor of 20, turning New Balance from a useful option into a sought-after collector's item. The brand grew an incredible 21% between 2021 and 2022, making it one of the sneaker brands with the quickest global growth rates. New Balance is now able to fully exercise its creative muscles as it has relocated from the usual era of shoe stores to a prominent location next to industry titans like Nike. It doesn't mean that New Balance has given up on its essential values despite its move towards fashion prominence. The company continues to uphold its dedication to practicality, robustness, and foot structure. The same philosophy that drove William J. O'Reilly's vision in the early 1900s is still relevant now, demonstrating that in the dynamic world of fashion, success may sometimes be determined by the lack of marketing savvy and trend recognition. Did you know this? By refusing to sponsor athletes early in its history, New Balance stands out in a field that is frequently influenced by trends. The brand's philosophy was that athletes should choose it on their own initiative based on their item's superior quality and functionality. This strategy has changed though in recent years as New Balance has made notable advances in the football industry. With a $40 billion collaboration with Liverpool Football Club, the brand ventured into a new sporting arena and demonstrated its goal of making a lasting impression on other athletes' communities. The decision to go with comfort rather than style was a bold move, but their effort and quality were eventually recognized. Do you agree with this? Tell us in the comments. Also, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.